Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Kaliningrad and are now heading to our first excursion in the Kaliningrad region, to the Curonian Spit. There we plan to visit the rather unusual dancing forest, see the famous Baltic dunes, dip our feet in the Baltic Sea, and on the way back, stop by the wonderfully charming resort town of Zelenogradsk. But for now, we're driving around the city, picking up all the esteemed excursion participants from all over Kaliningrad. We were among the first to join the excursion, but we still need to stop at about 5 more points before we set off on the route. This is the inconvenience of excursions on large tourist buses with a big group of tourists. A lot of time is spent on pickups. But on the plus side, it's inexpensive, and it's always interesting to take another look at the city from the bus window.
Доброе утро. Я представлюсь потом еще раз на всякий случай. Меня зовут Ольга. И перед тем, как совершить наше путешествие на волшебную, прекрасную Куршскую косу, мы с вами зарядимся бодростью, хорошим настроением и заедем в наш объект 13-й в старинном бастионе Oberteich.
The city of Königsberg, present-day Kaliningrad, began with the royal castle, built in 1255, and for most of its history, it focused on developing its defensive structures, city walls, gates, defensive ramparts, forts, and bastions. Among these is the Oberteich Bastion. Oberteich translates from German as upper pond. This name comes from the bastion's location next to the upper pond. I've already talked about the upper pond in Kaliningrad in one of our previous films about the city. You can easily find the link in the description of this video. The Oberteich Bastion was built in 1860 to protect Königsberg from the southern side. Unlike many other bastions, it was hardly damaged during the Great Patriotic War. Currently, it is actively used as a museum and exhibition space. It's something like an exhibition sale. There's a large selection of beautiful amber products, and not only amber. They also gave us an interesting talk about the history of the bastion and the development of amber production in Kaliningrad. We were treated to coffee and marzipan. I think many of you, dear friends, love this most delicious treat. For those who are unfamiliar, marzipan is a paste made from ground almonds and powdered sugar or syrup. It is not known for certain in which country marzipan was invented, but the first mention of it, dating back to the 6th century AD, was found in what is now Iran.
Свечку тушить.
Это для свечки, а вот это. Вчера мне все отвечали, что это штопор. Нет, это не штопор. Дорогие друзья, это зажим для куриной ножки. Зажимаем, счищаем мясо.
In Königsberg, marzipan has been produced for a long time and quite successfully. In 1526, a large assortment of these sweets was given as a gift to Duke Albrecht, the Grand Master of the Teutonic Order. But what was especially pleasant, they not only told us about this delicious treat, but also let us try various forms of it. We're moving on.
И на нашем комфортабельном автобусе мы отправляемся на Куршскую косу. Но прежде чем попутешествовать по Куршской косе, мы заедем с вами в средневековый замок Nesselbeck. Потом мы с вами через город Зеленоградск, через окружную дорогу, едем уже на косу. На Куршской косе посещаем две самых популярных локации. Это танцующий лес, где деревья извиваются в невообразимой форме. Дальше у нас переезд буквально 5 минут, и мы попадаем на высоту F. Там мы с вами поймем, что такое белые дюны, что такое серые дюны, что такое зеленые дюны. А потом мы все дружно садимся в автобус и переезжаем в город Зеленоград.
Nesselbeck Castle is a modern, very atmospheric hotel-restaurant built in the image of a medieval knight's fortress. Actually, the castle is quite young. It was built in 2011. The construction was initiated by a Kaliningrad entrepreneur who decided to create a new tourist attraction on the site of a former 19th century noble estate belonging to the Schenckendorff family. The castle inherited the name Nesselbeck, which translates from German as Nettelbruck, from this estate, and from the old name of the village of Orlovka, where it is located. Why the brook was called Nettel can be understood from an old legend. This story happened at the end of the 16th century. Local fishermen caught an amazing creature in the Curonian lagoon, a fish with a lion's head and a magnificent mane. On their way to Königsberg, stopping for the night, the fishermen placed the wonder fish in a local stream. The banks of the stream immediately became covered in thick nettles. After that, the stream was named Nettelbruck. But that's not all. After the locals released the creature into the Baltic Sea, the grateful wonder fish turned this stream into a source of the best beer in the world. Before reaching the Curonian Spit, we got stuck in a huge traffic jam for about 2 hours. It turned out to be because of this checkpoint, where they collect money from each car for entering the spit. In my opinion, not a good idea at all. Of course, money is never superfluous for the treasury, but forcing people who are on vacation to waste so much time suffering in traffic, that's just not right. Revenues are important, but it seems to me that people should come first. First, create a well-functioning infrastructure for collecting the fee, and then collect the money. The Curonian Spit is a narrow, sandy, saber-shaped strip of land separating the Curonian Lagoon from the Baltic Sea. It stretches from the city of Zelenogradsk in the Kaliningrad region to the city of Klaipėda in Lithuania. The length of the spit is 98 kilometers, of which 52 kilometers belong to the Lithuanian side. So, you could say that half of the Curonian Spit belongs to Russia and half to Lithuania. The width of the spit varies from 400 meters in the area of the village of Lesnoy, where we're currently driving.
Мы въехали с вами на территорию первого поселка, поселок Лесной. Это самое узкое место на территории Курской косы. Здесь от залива до моря всего лишь 400 метров.
To almost 4 kilometers at its widest point.
Дело в том, что здесь самое широкое место в теле Курской косы. Здесь от залива до моря почти 4 километра.
On the Lithuanian side, the Curonian Spit is separated from the mainland by a strait connecting the Curonian Lagoon and the Baltic Sea. The body of the spit consists of sand covered with a thin, only a few centimeters thick layer of vegetation. The formation of this layer took place over many millennia. It remains only to add that the name Curonian Spit comes from the name of the people who lived here even before the German colonization of Prussia. This people were called the Curonians. Thank you, friends, for watching this short video to the end. But, as you understand, the excursion to the Curonian Spit is far from over. So, to be continued. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it, write comments, and why not? Subscribe to the channel, Pictures from the Hinterland. Peace and love.
Мира и любви.